Welcome to students. Today's fluid mechanics class, and today we will see the head and efficiencies of centrifugal pump. What are the different heads and efficiencies of centrifugal pump? Very first, suction head. What is the suction head? It is indicated by small h suffix s, hs. It is the vertical height of the central line of the centrifugal pump above the water surface in the sump, from which water is to be lifted, and it is denoted by Hs. So it is the vertical height of the center of the shaft of the pump from the sump surface. And what is the delivery head? It is a vertical height between the central line of the pump and the water surface at the delivery level. So delivery head is the height of center of the pump to the point of delivery where the water is getting delivered. So exactly it is not the tank surface, it is the point of delivery where water is coming out from the delivery pipe in the tank or in environment, wherever in the atmosphere. That height is the delivery head. And what is the static head? It is the sum of suction head and delivery head. The sum is called, both sum is called static head. And what is the manometric head? The manometric head is defined as the head against which centrifugal pump has to work. It is the overall head including the losses required taking water from the sump to delivering at the tank. Whatever total head including the losses or including the velocity head, whatever total heads required to taking water from the sump to the delivery in the tank, that total head is called as manometric head. So we can calculate the manometric head in 2-3 ways, and this is the first way. The manometric head will be equal to total head at the outlet of the pump and total head at the inlet of the pump. This two difference will be give us the work done by the head imparted by the pump to the water, and this is the manometric head. So head at inlet of the pump and head at outlet of the pump. So this is the difference. This difference is called manometric head, and where P0 by rho g is equal to head at outlet of the pump, pressure head at outlet of the pump, and V0 square by 2g, this is the velocity in delivery pipe. So velocity head at outlet of the pump, and Z0 is the vertical height at the outlet of the pump from the datum line. And similarly these quantities, this is the at the inlet, pressure head at inlet, that will be negative, plus V1 square, this is the velocity in at the inlet or suction pipe, and Z1 is the datum from the datum level, this is potential head. So the difference of this both will be the manometric head. So this much head required to lifting water from the sump to the delivery point. Some other ways are also available to calculate the manometric head. So manometric head can also be calculated like as manometric head is equal to suction head plus delivery head plus frictional loss in suction pipe plus frictional loss in delivery pipe plus velocity of flow in delivery pipe. This is the kinetic head in delivery pipe. So if we calculate the total energy of water at the delivery point, what we will get? Suction head, and this will be total potential head, Hs plus Hg. This is the total potential head at the delivery point. and these two will be losses in suction and delivery pipe, and plus this is the velocity head at the delivery point, and the pressure head will be 0 because there is atmospheric pressure. So this is the total energy required, total head required to taking out water from the sump to the delivery point. So this is the also way to calculate the manometric head. This is very clear that what is going to be in calculation in the manometric head. Here I have written all the points. HS is equal to, the above equation is the total count of energy at the delivery point plus losses from the sump to the delivery point. This is the total head against which pump work to deliver the water from sump to the delivery point. And these are all the points I have already explained. HS is equal to suction head, HD is equal to delivery head, and HFS, here it is left, that F is left. So HFS is equal to frictional loss in suction pipe. HFD, here will be HFD, is equal to frictional loss in delivery pipe. And VD square by 2G is equal to kinetic head at delivery pipe. And one more way is there, we can calculate the manometric head of the centrifugal pump, which can be calculated as below. Manometric head is equal to head imparted by impeller to the water minus loss of head in the impeller and casing. Manometric, what is the manometric head? The head imparted by the water, imparted by the impeller to the water, minus the loss of head in impeller and casing. If we get the difference of these two, then we can easily get the manometric head. So we will study afterward that how this is calculated. And right now you just know that head imparted by impeller to the water will be VW2 V2 U2 divided by G2 divided by G minus loss of head in impeller and casing. And what is VW2 U2 by G? VW2 is the tangential velocity of water at the outlet of impeller. Whatever velocity is imparting impeller to the water, tangential velocity, and U2 is the velocity of the tip of the impeller and divided by acceleration due to gravity. VW2 is the tangential velocity of water at the outlet of the impeller tip, and U2 is the tangential velocity of the impeller tip at the outlet of the impeller. So this derivation we will see afterward when we will see impact of jet and turbine. Now we will see the efficiencies of a centrifugal pump. In centrifugal pump, the power transmission takes place in following steps: from shaft of electric motor to the shaft of impeller, and from the impeller to the water, and then the power decreases in shaft of the impeller, and then at the impeller, and then in water, then at water. In all the steps power decreases, some efficiency losses, some power it losses. So the following are the efficiencies of the pump in the different stages. Number 1 is manometric efficiency indicated by neta MAN. Number 2 is the mechanical efficiency indicated by neta M and overall efficiency neta O. So what is the manometric efficiency? This is the ratio of manometric head to the head imparted by impeller to the water. This is the manometric efficiency. You can say that power, it is the ratio of power available to the water at the outlet to the head imparted by power imparted by impeller to the water. So it can also be written as manometric head divided by head imparted by impeller to the water, and it can also be written as water power at the outlet of the delivery pipe and impeller power. Impeller power means whatever power is supplying impeller to the water, that is the VW2U2 by G. We have seen in last article. So water power is, and the manometric head is HM divided by head imparted by impeller to the water, that is VW2U2 by G. We have seen in last article. So this is called as manometric efficiency. What is a manometric efficiency? It is a ratio of manometric head divided by head imparted by impeller to the water. Or you can also write the water power at the outlet of the delivery pipe and the impeller power. So in both it can be written. The meaning is same and the quantity will be same. So manometric efficiency can also be defined by the ratio of power given to the water at outlet of the pump to the power at the impeller. So as I have also earlier told you that we can write also the manometric efficiency like this. Now what is the mechanical efficiency? Power at the shaft of impeller is more than the power conveyed to the water by the impeller. So the ratio of the power conveyed by impeller to the water to the power available at the shaft of impeller is called as mechanical efficiency of the centrifugal pump. Mathematically we can write that mechanical efficiency is equal to power imparted by impeller to the water. Whatever power impeller giving to the water, lifting in the delivery pipe and reaching to the point of interest, that is the power imparted by impeller to the water, that is the impeller power, divided by shaft power means power at the shaft of the impeller, that is impeller, the shaft of impeller is connected with the motor, electric motor. So the power of electric motor, what is the input to the pump, that is the shaft power, and power imparted by impeller is rotating and giving power to the water, doing work on the water, and that power is called as impeller power or power imparted by the impeller to the water, and this ratio is called mechanical efficiency. So power imparted by impeller, what will power imparted by impeller? Head imparted by impeller into weight of water flowing per second. So as I have told you in the chapter flow through pipe, that at any section the power transmission can be find out by head at that section into rate of flow of weight of that section. So power imparted by impeller will be head imparted by impeller, head imparted by impeller into weight of water flowing rate. So head into weight of water flow, this the product of these two will be give the power imparted by impeller. So what will be mechanical efficiency? VW2U2 W, it is the weight flow rate of water divided by G divided by shaft power. Shaft power is the power of electric motor which is coupled with the shaft of impeller. So let us see other efficiency, that is the overall efficiency, neta O. So overall efficiency is it is the ratio of water power at the delivery point to the shaft power of the pump. Means overall efficiency is the water power, means power available at the delivery point to the water divided by shaft power. Means first step of the power supplying into the pump and last step of the power, this is the last output of the power from the pump, that is the water power, and very first input is the shaft power. So this is the overall efficiency. What is the intermediate step between this? That is the impeller power. So what is the steps of power supplying? First, shaft is getting power, shaft is giving power to impeller, shaft is getting power, impeller is mounted on shaft, and impeller is giving power to water, and again that power will be lost. Finally we will get some other power, different power at the outlet of the pump. So there are three steps. One is the shaft power, and other is the whatever power impeller is giving to the water, and third one is the, again after losses, net power available at the outlet of the delivery point. So here we are seeing total power. First power input is shaft power, last power output is water power. So overall efficiency is the water power, that is the last output of the power, and shaft power, it is the first input of the power. So this is called overall efficiency. So water power will be HM, that is the manometric head. Overcome the manometric head, whatever power is required, that is the water power. HM into weight flow rate of the water divided by shaft power. So here water power at delivery point will be manometric head into weight flow rate of water, that is the HM into W. And overall efficiency will be, we can write the overall efficiency like water power divided by shaft power multiplied by power imparted by impeller to the water divided by power imparted by impeller to the water. There will be no change in value of this equation if we dividing and multiply by same thing. Now water power we take with this power imparted by impeller to the water into, and this we take with this power imparted by impeller to the water divided by shaft power. And what is this? Water power by power imparted by the impeller to the water, it is the manometric efficiency, and into power imparted by impeller to the water divided by shaft power. What is this efficiency? This is the mechanical efficiency. So what we are getting at last, that overall efficiency is the product of mechanical efficiency and manometric efficiency. So in this way we have seen today's class. What are the different heads of the pump, and what are the different efficiencies of the centrifugal pump. So in next class we will see different types of centrifugal pump, how we construct centrifugal pump. For the high head we construct the centrifugal pumps, for high head we construct the centrifugal pump for high discharge. There are two types of pumps we will differentiate and see in detail how these pumps are made and what is the concept behind it. Thank you.